What are the biggest mistakes brands makes when they're launching on the TikTok shop, and how they could avoid that? Why? Because why I ask this question is I have worked with the multiple brands. They try to go on a TikTok shop and they make like a crazy mistakes and then end up in like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give up. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going forward on this.
I think the biggest mistake, I kind of touched on it just before, is that on TikTok, you aren't launching in the stream of existing demand. You need to create demand. And what does that mean? The amount of volume of content you need to create is something that you've never been prepared for. You have no idea. So most people are like, oh, I created 30 videos and nothing has happened. It's such a waste of time and money. You need to start at 300 videos a month. That's the start to get things going, because you're actually trying to create the wave of interest. The next mistake that a lot of brands make is that they think, okay, I've got 30 products or 10 products. I'm going to launch all of them on TikTok Shop. It just does not work, man. I'm sure you've seen something like that, right? Like you've seen
100%.
all the time.
Yeah. All the time. I seen people. That's also happened in Amazon side actually. They have a product, successful product in TikTok or brand in TikTok or Shopify. When they come into space, they were like, they want to launch everything at the same time. I was like, you cannot do that one. So that's what the most another important question what I have for you is like, you know, when I'm launching the product, so what do we do is basically helping people to launch product in a better way actually, and fast, and using the data, how we can able to define each and every metrics actually in terms of like, for example, we take first week of launch, we need to check at least like 5 to 10 keyword should be in the below 30 position of ranking actually. If that's not happen, that means there is like a basic SEO issues happening. So then we don't continue the launch, we go and then fix the launch, fix the listing. What's the problem actually at that point? So I want to know, what are some of the KPIs when somebody is launching the brand, somebody is like going in a TikTok actually, what are some yearly KPIs they need to know, so they know that they're building the momentum, so that they're catching up with the, not only focusing on only when I get the viral video, then only I'll be successful. It's like, how can we catch like a small wins so that I can able to catch the bigger wins? What are something that you recommend actually on that?
Good question. Before I answer that, I realized I need to tell the listeners, why should they even listen to me? Sure, I've been in the e-commerce space, sure, I've been on TikTok, but why should you listen to me? Like, I'm just a random guy. No, so I've been in this space for a while, obviously, but I've taken brands from 0 to 500K per month consistently on TikTok Shop across every niche that you can think of. Book niches, pet niches, supplement niches, even like home decor niches. And so the formula and the system remains the same every single time. And so just wanted to say that in case you're listening to this and you're like, why am I listening to this guy named Raf? There's a reason. So what I'm about to share with you is the things that I'm applying to my new brands that I'm launching and the brands that I'm helping launch as well. So we've launched about 80 brands on the platform so far. And so when we're launching on that platform, there's a few metrics that matter the most. The very first thing is product selection. You need to make sure that the product you're actually selecting passes these 3 filters. And you would have seen this at Tomer's event, and I mentioned this. And the first filter is that, is your product demonstratable? Can I visually show the product in use? Because it's a video first platform, it's important. Now, most products tick that because it's a physical product. Some are more interesting than others, but that's usually a tick. The next is there a transformation, a before and after that you can visually show about your product? Now you're probably thinking, okay, yeah, sure, if my bed sheets are cotton and I change them to silk or satin, it's very obvious. I can see the before and after for sure. But what about supplements? It's a pill. I take this in my body. That's not true. Supplements are the second largest category on that platform. And so an example of a transformation there is, let's say I'm selling a sleep supplement. This is the classic example that I always use. You could show somebody trying to sleep and sleeping ineffectively, rolling over, checking their alarm. It's 4 a.m. They still can't get to sleep. And then you have an after scene of them sleeping really soundly, and it's 9 p.m. right? And so that's a visual story that you can visually show. And that's the second filter. Most products will pass for these first 2. It's the final and third one that's the most important, which is there a passionate audience on TikTok, the platform, that is talking about your problem space, not your product, but the problem space. So the example that I like using is snow teeth whitening. Of course, they talk about teeth whitening, which is the main product, but are there people on that platform talking about oral health? Are they talking about the problem, which is confidence? Are they talking about looks maxing? These are all areas of interest that are creating content where that product fits right in the middle and hits all those interests. So when you're selecting the product, think about, are there people talking about the problem space? Are there passionate audiences talking about the problem space my product can sit right in the middle of?
Okay, you answered my question in what I have in the next question actually.